Hey, what's up? It's Matt, and if you ever see a newborn infant, you will know whether or not it is a boy or a girl based on the color of its clothing. Blue for boys and pink for girls. But, I wondered, why do these associations exist? Do boys and girls just like blue and pink more? Is that something artificial we as a society have created? And has it ever been different? Well, let's check it out. Okay, so for starters, male and female babies in the US tend to like primary colors the best, especially red and blue, and pink is actually one of their least favorite colors above only gray and brown. Other studies have shown that 1-year-old babies are no more likely to select a pink toy over a toy of any other color. But when girls turned 2, they started selecting pink more, and when boys turned 4, they started rejecting pink more. And that 2 to 4-ish age period is around the time when babies start becoming aware of their gender and developing the notions and associations that go along with that. So this seems like it's just something we as a society have created, not something that we're hardwired to like. So this association of blue to boys and pink to girls, where did it come from? Well, first, let's take a look at what children and babies used to wear. This photo from 1884 shows a child in a white dress. And this child is actually future President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. That seems crazy that that picture that looked like a girl is FDR. But the thing is, that's just what boys and girls wore back then. Dresses were more likely to fit than specific clothing sizes. If you needed to change a diaper, you could just lift it up and do it. And they were white because that made them easy to clean and bleach, and we didn't yet have the technology to wash colored clothing without the color fading immensely. But most importantly, the clothes were white because we didn't associate one color with one gender back then. Now, interestingly, in the early 20th century, a couple magazines started saying that pink should be for boys. For example, an excerpt from the 1918 publication of the Ershaw's Infant Department said, "The generally accepted rule is pink for the boys and blue for the girls. The reason is that pink, being a more decided and stronger color, is more suitable for the boy, while blue, which is more delicate and dainty, is prettier for the girl." Putting aside that early 20th century sexism for a second, pink for boys! Look at that! Now, granted, this is one of the only examples we have of a magazine saying this, and research has shown that this didn't really impact the clothing people bought for their children. But the point is that of the very few people even saying what color boys and girls should be wearing, they all said pink for boys and blue for girls. And this was probably just done in an effort to make more money, because if you had a boy and a girl, and you were only dressing them in white, you wouldn't need as many clothes as if you were dressing them in pink and blue. Now, in the 1940s, things started to change, and really for no reason. Around this time, clothing manufacturers decided that pink should be for girls and blue should be for boys. They ran ads, made the clothing, and it just stuck. As far as we know, we genuinely have no idea why those specific colors were selected for those specific genders. All we do know is that there really seems to have been no precedent for it, and most of the US greatly prefers blue to pink. Now, a rising women's movement in the 60s and 70s did push for and get more unisex, gender-neutral clothing, but a couple years later, prenatal testing came out and parents were able to see the gender of the child before it was born, and this basically did away with all that because people got freaked out and excited that they could buy clothes for their baby before it was born. So that's where we are today. And though this research specifically focused on the blue and pink association in regards to clothing of babies, it seems like that association just carried on and went into things like toys and just everything else that young boys and girls of most ages would like. And again, we don't know why manufacturers picked blue for boys and pink for girls, so okay. Videos on high heels and baby wear. In addition to psychology, I'm apparently also interested in strange historical fashion trends. I'll see you later. Thanks.